English learners, welcome back to LearnEng, your cozy little corner of the internet where we learn real English together, one easy conversation at a time. I'm Maya, and I have David here with me today. Welcome back, David.
Always good to be here, Maya. And I have a feeling today's topic is going to get honest very quickly.
It is. Today we are talking about success and failure. Two words that carry enormous weight in every culture, every language, every life, and the natural English vocabulary that lives inside those conversations.
Because here's what I've noticed. Most English learners can say, I succeeded, I failed, I achieved my goal. But real conversations about success and failure go so much deeper. They go into the nuance, the complexity, the honest, messy human experience of trying something, falling short, getting back up, trying again.
And that nuance, that depth, is exactly where the most interesting and most connecting conversations happen. Today, we're giving you all the vocabulary for it.
Maya and I are going to have real, honest conversations about our own experiences of success and failure throughout this episode, and we'll stop and explain the most useful language as we go.
And at the end, our word tour, our slow walk through today's most useful words and phrases. This is a B1 level episode, perfect for intermediate learners. If you're A2, stay with us. You'll understand more than you think.
Before we start, if LearnEng is helping your English, please like this episode and subscribe to the channel. Every like, every subscribe, every share brings more learners into our LearnEng family. Come say hello in the comments after you listen. Maya, I want to start with something that I think most people don't talk about honestly enough. What does failure actually feel like for you?
That's a big opening question, David.
I know, but I think it's the most important one.
Okay. Honestly, failure for me has always felt personal, even when logically I know it isn't. Even when I know that a project didn't work or a plan fell through for completely external reasons, there's always this immediate instinct to think, what did I do wrong? What's wrong with me? Why wasn't I enough?
I think that's incredibly honest and incredibly common. That instant internalization of failure.
And it took me a long time to separate the failure from my identity. To understand that failing at something doesn't make you a failure, that a plan not working out doesn't mean you don't work out.
Failing at something versus being a failure. This distinction is so important and so worth naming clearly in English. I failed at this specific thing that's a fact about an outcome. I am a failure. That's a story about identity. And those are completely different things.
Completely different. And the language matters. When you say, I failed at this, you leave room to try again. When you say, I am a failure, you close the door entirely.
Let's talk about the vocabulary of failure first, and then we'll get to success. Because I think failure deserves more careful attention. It's the part most people rush past.
Here are some natural English phrases for talking about failure and things not working out.
It didn't work out soft, neutral, factual. It didn't work out the way I hoped. The plan didn't work out, but I learned a lot from it.
It fell through when something that was planned or expected doesn't happen, often used for deals, arrangements, opportunities. The job offer fell through at the last minute. The project fell through before it even started.
It didn't go as planned acknowledges that things went differently from what you expected without being dramatic about it. It didn't go as planned, but we adapted. Not everything goes as planned, and that's okay.
I came up short. This means you didn't quite reach the goal or standard you were aiming for. You tried, but the result wasn't enough. I came up short on the exam, just missed the score I needed. He came up short in the final round, but gave everything he had.
I gave it everything I had. This is such a powerful and natural phrase. It means you put in maximum effort. You held nothing back. The outcome wasn't what you wanted, but the effort was complete. I gave it everything I had, and it still didn't work. That's a different kind of hard. She gave it everything and fell short, but there was no more she could have done.
It was a setback. A setback is a reversal or obstacle that slows your progress. Not a complete end, but a step backward. Temporary, rather than permanent. This is just a setback, not the end of the story. Every success story is full of setbacks that could have stopped it but didn't.
I hit a wall. We talked about this in our stress episode, but it applies here too. Reaching a point where progress stops, where you can't seem to move forward no matter what you try. I hit a wall with this project. Nothing I tried was working. Sometimes hitting a wall means you need a completely new approach.
Now, let's talk about learning from failure. Because this is where the most important English lives. The language of reflection, growth, and what comes after.
I learned more from that failure than from any of my successes. It was a valuable lesson even though it didn't feel like it at the time. Looking back, I can see exactly what went wrong and why. I would do it differently now. That experience shaped how I approach everything since. It was painful, but necessary. I needed that failure to get to where I am now.
Hindsight. This is a beautiful and very important word. Hindsight means the ability to understand something clearly after it has happened. Looking back with the knowledge you have now that you didn't have then. In hindsight, I can see exactly what I should have done differently. Hindsight is always clearer than foresight. She said in hindsight the failure was the best thing that could have happened.
And that phrase, in hindsight, is so natural and so useful in English conversations. In hindsight, I would have taken the other job. In hindsight, we moved too quickly. In hindsight, the warning signs were all there.
Shaped how I approach things. This means an experience changed the way you think about and handle similar situations going forward. That failure shaped how I approach risk now. I'm more careful, but also more confident. The experience shaped her entirely. She became a different kind of leader because of it.
Now, let's talk about success. And specifically, let's challenge the common understanding of what success means. Because I think the conventional definition is quite narrow.
I completely agree. The conventional definition, big achievements, promotions, recognition, money, fame, that's only one very small slice of success.
Maya, what does success mean to you personally? Honestly.
Honestly, success for me is feeling like I'm moving in the right direction. Not arriving at a destination, but moving, growing, building something. Being present in my own life rather than just watching it pass. On a really good day, success is as simple as I showed up today. I did the work. I was honest. I was kind. That counts.
I love that. Success as a quality of presence rather than an achievement of outcome. That resonates deeply with me.
What about you?
For me, success has changed meaning many times. In my 20s, it was about achievement titles, results, being seen to do well. In my 30s, it became more about depth, doing something that mattered, feeling genuinely engaged with my work. Now in my 40s, it's much simpler. Did I use today well? Did I contribute something? Did I treat people well? Those questions feel more honest to me than any metric.
That evolution, the way our understanding of success changes as we grow, that's worth talking about in English. Here are some natural phrases for that.
My definition of success has evolved over time. What success means to me has shifted significantly. I used to measure success by external things. Now, I look inward. I've redefined what success means to me. The goalposts have moved, and I moved them deliberately.
Redefined to redefine something means to change its meaning or understanding, to create a new definition for yourself. I've had to redefine success for myself. The old definition wasn't serving me. She redefined what a good career looked like, and everything became clearer.
Goalposts have moved. This is a very natural idiom. Originally from sports, the goalposts are what you aim at. When the goalposts move, it means the definition of success or the target has changed, sometimes by external forces, sometimes by your own choice. The goalposts keep moving in this industry. What was successful last year isn't enough this year. I moved the goalposts for myself. I decided what I was aiming at needed to change.
Now let's talk about celebrating success. Because English learners often have the vocabulary for struggling and failing, but not for genuinely celebrating their wins. And that's important too.
I'm really proud of what I achieved. It was a real milestone. I worked incredibly hard for this. I didn't think I could do it, but I did. This one meant a lot. I can finally say, I did it. It wasn't easy, but it was worth every bit of the effort. I gave it everything, and it paid off.
A milestone is a significant achievement or point in a journey, originally from roads, a stone marking a specific distance. In life, it means an important moment of achievement or progress. Finishing my degree was a real milestone. Getting this job was a milestone I'd been working toward for years. Every milestone deserves to be recognized, even the quiet ones.
It paid off. This means the effort, investment, or persistence finally produced a result. The work paid off. The patience paid off. The sacrifice paid off. I worked on that project for a year, and it finally paid off. She stuck with it, even when it was hard, and it paid off in the end.
And acknowledging small wins, this is something I feel very strongly about. We often wait for the big victories to celebrate, but the small wins the daily progress. The tiny steps forward, these deserve acknowledgement too. I've been trying to acknowledge my small wins more they add up. Celebrating small wins keeps you motivated for the long journey.
Let's talk about one more important area, comparing yourself to others. Because in conversations about success and failure, this comes up constantly. And having the English for it is genuinely useful.
Comparison is the thief of joy. This is a very well-known English expression. Comparing your progress or achievements to others steals your satisfaction and happiness. I had to stop comparing myself to others. It was stealing all my joy. Comparison is the thief of joy, and social media is its getaway car.
Running your own race, this means focusing on your own journey and progress, rather than comparing yourself to others. You are competing with yourself, not with anyone else. I've learned to run my own race. Other people's timelines have nothing to do with mine. She stopped looking at what everyone else was doing and started running her own race.
On your own timeline, moving at your own pace, and according to your own circumstances rather than society's expectations, everyone is on their own timeline. There is no universal schedule for success. I had to remind myself that I'm on my own timeline, and that's perfectly okay.
Before Word Tour, your mission for today. Think about one failure or setback from your life. Something you've been through that was difficult, but that you learned from, or that led somewhere important. Write 4 sentences about it in English. What happened, how it felt, what you learned, and where it led you. Post it in the comments. We are both reading every single one. And this is a completely safe space. Every person here is on this journey.
All right. Time for Word Tour, our slow vocabulary walk through today's most useful success and failure words and phrases, here on LearnEng.
Take your time. Repeat out loud if you can.
First phrase, it didn't work out. A soft, neutral way to describe something that didn't succeed as hoped. It didn't work out the way I planned, but I'm glad I tried. It didn't work out. It didn't work out.
Next phrase, fell through. When something planned or expected doesn't happen, the deal fell through at the last minute. The opportunity fell through, but another one came. Fell through. Fell through.
Next phrase came up short. You tried, but didn't quite reach the goal or standard you were aiming for. I came up short this time, but I know what to work on. Came up short. Came up short.
Next phrase, gave it everything I had, maximum effort, nothing held back. I gave it everything I had, and I have no regrets. Gave it everything I had. Gave it everything I had.
Next word, setback. A reversal or obstacle that slows progress, temporary, not permanent. This is a setback, not an ending. Setback, setback.
Next word, hindsight. The ability to understand something clearly after it has happened. In hindsight, I would have done it differently. Hindsight, hindsight.
Next phrase, it paid off. The effort, investment, or persistence finally produced a result. All those early mornings finally paid off. It paid off. It paid off.
Next word, milestone. A significant achievement or point in a journey, an important moment of progress. This was a real milestone for me. Milestone, milestone.
Next phrase, running your own race, focusing on your own journey rather than comparing yourself to others. I stopped looking around and started running my own race. Running your own race. Running your own race.
Last phrase, on your own timeline. Moving at your own pace, according to your own circumstances, not society's expectations. Everyone is on their own timeline, and that's perfectly okay. On your own timeline. On your own timeline.
Those are your 10 success and failure phrases for today here on LearnEng. It didn't work out, fell through, came up short, gave it everything I had, setback, hindsight, it paid off. Milestone, running your own race, on your own timeline.
Pick 2. Write your own examples. Say them out loud. That is how they become yours.
And here we are at the end of another LearnEng episode together. David, final thoughts?
Just this. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of it. Every person who has built something meaningful has failed many times, in many ways. The difference isn't who fails and who doesn't. The difference is who gets back up and keeps going. In you pressing play today, building your English one episode at a time, you are already getting back up every single day.
Beautifully said. Your mission 4 sentences about a failure or setback that led somewhere important. Post them in the comments. We are both reading every single one. And tell us where in the world are you listening from right now.
We love knowing where our LearnEng community is at this very moment.
If today's episode helped your English, please like this video, subscribe to LearnEng, and share it with one person who is going through a setback right now, because they need to hear that it's part of the story, not the end of it.
I'm David.
And I'm Maya. This has been LearnEng, your cozy place to learn real English, one conversation at a time. We'll see you in the next episode.
Keep going.
Bye for now.